You know, we've both made and loved brats on the griddle and Reubens on the griddle, but we've never made a Reuben-inspired brat, or is it a brat-inspired Reuben? I don't know, but St. Patrick's Day just around the corner. We wanted to infuse something different. I'm saying we, but I'm flying solo, so I guess I wanted to try something different. You want to see my own personal take on this? I guess I'm calling it a Reuben Bratwurst. Stick around while I dig in.
I can't believe the WALTWINS. They're right there. That's one of them. That's the other one.
I'm the other one. A Reuben Bratwurst. Is that what I'm calling it, Griffin? I guess that's what I'm calling it. So we're gonna head on over to the groceries. Every year at St. Patrick's Day is when I get super excited about Reubens. I don't know why I always wait till St. Patrick's Day to find and have a good Reuben, but this one is something I was thinking about. I wanted to do something just a little bit different. The only thing I couldn't get was a marble rye bun, but that's okay. Griff, come down here. Let's get the groceries. Let's show what we're getting into this one. Now, for this one, I did go ahead and go with the Sara Lee Artisano sausage rolls. These are a little bit bigger. I figured that's going to make it easier for my Johnsonville brats. So I did just pick these up. Super excited to throw these on. I'm going to cook all 5, and then I'll dress 1 or 2 of the dogs for this. And if you've watched us for any amount of time, you know for a long time we were not fans of sauerkraut. When we finally decided to dig in, Bubby's was recommended. We've not turned back since. It is spectacular. Now, I am using corned beef for this one. We often will substitute pastrami for this one. I'm excited to actually get corned beef. It was relatively expensive, but we wanted to grab and do that. We're going to throw some Swiss cheese on there, as well as our Russian dressing. We've made Russian dressing from scratch. This Ken's Steakhouse is my favorite bottled Russian dressing. But enough talking about the groceries. Let's get to the griddle and let's fry up these brats. But we've got our 5 brats. The first thing I'm going to do, by the way, I've got these 3 burners on, all at about medium low. Get some browning and turn. We're gonna cook and turn, and as we do that, we'll brown it and then make sure we get the internal temp what we want. I'm laying down just a little bit of oil. Then I'm gonna get my brats right on top of that. There we go. And just like that. So we'll let these cook on this minute. We'll go about a minute or 2 per side and flip them. The hardest part is going to be getting that curve, and we're not going to get browning all the way on all sides. We understand it, but we should be able to get 3 of the 4 sides. Okay, so it's been about a minute and a half. These are sticking just a smidge, which I expected. I just re-seasoned the griddle, just got a fresh layer on. But look at that. We got a little browning there. That's what we're going to go for the sides, and then we'll turn it and turn it again. So this will actually continue to get darker as we turn it onto that side as well. There we go. That's my harder side of the griddle. Okay, so we've got about a minute and a half per side. So now I'm gonna wanna try to set these up. So maybe start my wall here and let these lean on each other to get that back side. I don't know how effective this will be. Oh, look at that. Okay, we'll let those ride out and then we'll kind of get those going more and more. All right, I successfully was able to hold these up on that end. So now I'm just gonna I'm gonna try to get these on the back side. I don't want to flatten them too much because we don't want to break. The casing already broke out a little bit on one side, which is not going to be a problem. Hey, would you look at that? I'm just going to apply a little pressure here. Let that go just for about a minute. And then at this point, I'm just going to keep turning these and doing the same process over and over. So, Griff, what do you say we go ahead and cut it and let's get to the next part? All right. Well, there they are. So the bratwursts are done. Now it's time to turn them into Reubens. Let's look and see how that is. The rest is going to be a relatively quick and easy build. We're going to lay the sauerkraut down to kind of cook it a little bit, also get rid of some of the funk. That's the way we like it. Some people give us a hard time because we get rid of the nutrients. We just like the flavor of it. So we're going to get that and let's dress them. So first, we're going to get these off the cooking side. Put these over here so they don't continue to cook right here. Now what I want to do is I like the flavor of all that's there. I'm just going to go ahead and get my bubbies out here. Gonna use that same spot right there. Get some of that kraut laid down. Now this cooks down quite a bit, but I want it to absorb some of that flavoring. Oh man, you see that? Get the kraut nice and cooked down. It won't take very long. Okay, so that's all. So now I'm gonna move this to the side. Okay, move the kraut out of the way. Last thing I wanna do, so there's my corned beef. We're not gonna quite use all this, and I had them shave it really thin. I like being able to just chunk it and break this apart. There's the corned beef. In fact, that may be enough for the couple that I'm gonna go ahead and dress. I'll save the rest of this. And we're just basically heating this up. Corned beef, this is just your regular deli corned beef, so this is already cooked. So I just like to help get it hot because this is gonna help us melt the cheese. You kind of see where I'm going with this, Griff? A little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna get these into a couple of even stacks. So I want these about the same size as those dogs. And then I've had my Swiss cheese out for just a little bit, but let that go on. Get a little melty. I probably could have done one slice per, but that's okay. This will be extra cheesy dogs. All right, so I'm gonna get my brat. Gonna put my brat right in here. Right there. Get my other brat. Right in here. There we go. Right on top of there. If it will all come off. There we go. But the thing is, we're not done. Because now, get some of my kraut on there.
Looks like a chili dog.
Right, it does. All right, should we build this other one?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Start it from the top there. All right, not as pretty, but that's okay. Oh, I almost put the kraut back on that same one. These are piled high, brother. Does that look good? Okay, and finally, we just need a little bit of our cans. Ooh, what do you think, Griff? All right, let's eat them. Well, there it is in all of its glory. Are you kidding me? What in the world is that? I gotta tell you, this was a lot of fun to make. I'm looking over here at Griff, he's kind of agreeing with me. It came together exactly how I'd hoped it would look. So this is great. I'm super excited about this one. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a try. Without further ado, like we say, it can look amazing. I mean, that thing just looks amazing. And like we say, it can smell amazing. Yeah, can I get a smell? Yeah, Griff?
Smell, yeah, you can.
Does it smell good? He was smelling it during, he thought, actually, this smells really good. We were talking about he's never had a brat. But if this doesn't taste amazing, this was all for naught. Cheers. I'll eat to that. Mm. 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 Man, that's it. That's it. You want to do something different this St. Patrick's Day, or looking for a different way to do a brat? That is it. Or a different way to do a Reuben. That is it. There's so many flavors. I mean, I think the reason why this works is because historically I've done sauerkraut with the brat. I've done sauerkraut with a Reuben. So the sauerkraut's kind of like the joining flavor, but that Russian dressing across the top just slays. And lost in there in the good flavor of it all, melting together, is that Swiss cheese. You got to try this one. If you enjoyed this video, if it gave you an idea of something else that you can make on your griddle, make sure and give the video a thumbs up. We really do appreciate it. It is one way in which you can support us in what we do. Another way you can support us is by purchasing one of our 2 cookbooks, the Epic Outdoor Griddle Cookbook or Smashed. Both are available on Amazon or anywhere books are sold. Also, if you stuck it out with me this long, you know how much we really do appreciate the community that watches the video all the way through. It really helps us out. So make sure also to include in your comment, gotta say that brat is definitely not all for naught. This was a great cook. I enjoyed doing this one. I'm gonna let Griff try this, but we're gonna wrap this up. So, man, we've got more brats to feed the family. So without further ado, I'm gonna get up out of here. Anyways, with that, I bid you adieu. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And griddle on.